always be a mess. Always and forever. That is just it. So.
Hot messes, but messes.
Hot messes. Literally, because I am really hot tonight. Today's video is brought to you in part by Sweat.
Wait, hang on.
How's it going? Welcome to our episode 4 of Too Much, Too Weird, Too Gay. And today we are going to be talking about one of our favorite events of the entire year, and that is the Oscars!
That's right, everybody. It's Oscar season, and we are very excited. We put on our best garbs to go out and talk to the fanciest night in Hollywood.
You, Jay, dressed up today.
What? No, this is my everyday look. This is me without fixing myself in the morning.
It's his down glam. And to prepare for the Oscars, we are going to be doing a video that is going to be breaking down all of the Best Picture nominees of this year. We just haven't seen all the movies quite yet, but Poor Things is out now on Pay on Demand. Is that what it's called nowadays?
Yeah, digital on demand.
Digital on Demand. DOD.
DOD.
No. Yeah.
Digital on demand.
Yeah. So we still have Poor Things to watch, which we're going to watch tonight, and then I think we just have the Zone of Interest left, and
which we'll watch the following day.
Yep, and then we are going to do a video next week about our opinions of this year's Best Pictures nominees. But in order to get prepared for that, we are going to go over the past 10 years of all of the winners and nominees for Best Pictures. So essentially, we're going to be looking at the past 10 years of the Oscar ceremonies, who won Best Picture, who was nominated. We're going to give a little bit of our own personal opinions about the award ceremonies and other award winners that year. But yeah,
we wanted to win as well.
Exactly.
Our opinion is never, not always the same as the Academy.
And that's why we should run Hollywood, because our opinions are the ones that matter.
Who run Hollywood? The gays.
The Jandy.
The Jandy.
All right, so let's go ahead and dive right in. We are going to get in our DeLorean, and we are going to go all the way back to the year of 2013.
Ooh.
That's right. This was technically 11 years ago, but we're looking at the past 10 award shows. So we're going to start with 2013. So for the nominees for Best Picture, we have starting out with The Wolf of Wall Street, Philomena, Nebraska, Her, Gravity, Dallas Buyers Club, Captain Phillips, American Hustle, and the eventual winner of Best Picture of 2013, 12 Years a Slave.
To be totally honest, I did not actually watch 12 Years a Slave. I know I don't remember much for 2013, but based on that year, it seems it was probably a little too heavy for what I was looking for that year. But I will say that the absolute gorgeous man called Michael Fassbender is in that movie, so I do need to go and rewatch it because he is just so dreamy.
I actually saw all of these. This is one of the years that I saw all of the movies. I was happy 12 Years a Slave won. I thought it was an incredible movie. Lupita Nyong'o
Made her debut,
won Best Supporting Actress that year as well too. It had a whole slew of other nominations, some really amazing performances. So yeah, it was a really good movie. I would say the other movies that year didn't really encapsulate the full picture gravitas that 12 Years a Slave really captured. The only one that I actually would have loved to see win, even though I was happy with 12 Years a Slave, was The Wolf of Wall Street, because I absolutely love that movie. One of Leonardo DiCaprio's best roles ever. One of the things that put Margot Robbie on the map, who's here for Barbie this year.
No, she's not. She didn't get the nom for Barbie.
she got nominated for Best Picture, which she's a producer on, so she is an Academy Award nominee
I
this
stand
year.
corrected.
But she was snubbed for Barbie, and that is rude, and we just say, no ma'am! No ma'am! Hold on, side note really quick, I just want to say this, that the entire point of Barbie was actually proven with the Academy Awards this year. I may go into it later, I may not, say what you want, please feel what you want, comment below on what you think as well too, but
But back to 2013.
Okay. Anything else about 2013? This was the other thing as well too, was that Sandra Bullock was nominated for Gravity this year, and this was one of her pivotal roles where she was the movie, she was amazing, she should have won Best Actress.
So while we're talking about Gravity, I know Wolf of Wall Street was your second, but Gravity was mine for Best Picture because the director was and team were able to create such a suspenseful, just on the edge of your seat film using only one actor, no dialogue except internal for the most part, which really shows how great Sandra Bullock was there. Who, shout out, is from Arlington, Virginia. Woo, woo, woo. But yeah, no, that would be my other pick. I get why 12 Years a Slave. I know I haven't watched it, but it has all the elements for a winner for Best Picture, historical drama, a very sensitive topic like slavery, some standout performances. So it's totally fine with 12 Years a Slave. The other one I wanted to mention and talk about was American Hustle. Because though I enjoyed it, the nomination for Jennifer Lawrence seemed so out of the blue. She was definitely playing a character that is much older than where she was currently at that time, which was kind of her thing for the couple of years in the early 2010s.
Yeah.
So I just have a discrepancy with that.
I will say that yes, she was definitely younger than what her character should have been, but I did think her performance was amazing.
Yes, it was slightly distracting though, knowing that it was above her age.
Yeah. I did not care for Amy Adams in that.
Disgrace, but I did. I love that movie actually, and once I got past the whole age of Jennifer Lawrence, I had no problems with that movie. Out of these listed, I don't really have a problem with any of them being. Philomena is kind of a what?
Philomena was really cute though.
But yeah, I mean,
I have to say,
Dame Judi Dench.
Yeah, it was Dame Judi Dench, Steve Coogan. It was just one of those like feel-good films of the year. Kind of just sneaks in, gets a Best Picture nomination. Also got, I think, an acting nomination for Dame Judi Dench as well too. Yes. So you get a little performance nominations, you get some writing nominations, and those are the instances where really the nomination is the win. And we're going to continue. Yeah, we're going to continue seeing that throughout the years and even this year as well too. So, all right, we are done with 2013. So we're going to flash forward in the future.
Back to the future, 1 year.
And we are going to go to 2014, the very next year. Spoiler alert, this was a really good year for cinema, with some really strong films. So in the Best Picture nominees, we have Whiplash, The Theory of Everything, Selma, The Imitation Game, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Boyhood, American Sniper, and the ultimate winner, Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance. I loved actually I really loved all of these movies. This was a year, I would say more than anything, it wasn't about the typical Best Picture grandiose. I like keep looking over to make sure that I'm right about this. But it wasn't like big grandiose movies. This was really a year that was about performances and about the acting. All of these movies have phenomenal and standout performances by their cast, whether it's essentially one person leading the movie, like American Sniper with Bradley Cooper, who was phenomenal in that, or even movies like Birdman, who, yes, it was led by Michael Keaton, but ultimately it was about the ensemble and the cast and what they were doing. I love so many of these movies.
Yeah, just looking at this list of movies that were nominated, this seems to be the year of The Man. It is, almost all of them are about exploring different men, main men characters, Some real, most real, some not, but it is really diving into man and the man's experience. I am not going to comment much on this year, as this was another year that I stepped away from movies, and I really only saw American Sniper, which I enjoyed. Hi, Bobby. We watched it together.
I didn't even realize that like all of these movies were male-centric movies focusing on male characters. Ugh!
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Can I take back what I said? No, I won't, because the performances still stand alone.
Boyhood, I mean, you have a lot of Patricia Arquette.
Boyhood was that would rank up there as a life-changing movie, more so like that the amount of time that went into it, the performances, how you actually see these characters both grow emotionally through the acting, but also physically as well too. I thought Richard Linklater did phenomenal with this movie. I also think Patricia Arquette, hands down, like this should have been nominated, should have won everything, should have won everything. This is one of those sweeps that absolutely she deserved it, because she was like, this was the year of Patricia Arquette. I will also say too, this it's the supporting categories that actually gave some of the best ones. J.K. Simmons for Whiplash. Masterful performance that I still think about to this day. Nuanced and crazy and endearing and enraging and just everything. So yeah, the two winners in supporting categories, just phenomenal. However, though, I will say with the other ones, Theory of Everything, that's when Eddie Redmayne won for Best Actor. And that was also the year for Best Actress that Julianne Moore finally got her Oscar for Still Alice.
Yes.
Great performance. Also some really good standouts that year. Rosamund Pike for Gone Girl was an amazing nomination as well too. Reese Witherspoon came back with Wild. Marion Cotillard was also nominated that year. And Felicity Jones for A Theory of Everything was the other one. So
wait, is Felicity Jones the one that like paid for her daughter to get into school?
No, that's Felicity Huffman.
Oh, okay. Felicity
Desperate
Jones.
Housewives.
Oh, wait, who's Felicity Jones?
The one that was in Theory of Everything that was nominated for Best Actress.
Yes, Battle of the Sexes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So next year we are moving to, it's 2015. This is the 88th Annual Academy Awards. The nominees here were Room, The Revenant, The Martian, Mad Max Fury Road, Brooklyn, Bridge of Spies, The Big Short, and the ultimate winner of Best Picture, Spotlight. I'm going to go ahead and hand this over to Jeff.
Well, I will start by saying this is a special year for us because this is the year we met and I moved to Texas. So I was able to watch most of these films with you. So they really stand out. I am not as supportive of this winner. Though I rewatched Spotlight, I enjoyed it. It was good. Do I think it was at the level of Best Picture? I don't know. My pick, I don't know. There's two choices here that I would have gone with. And I think as much as I love Brooklyn, because I love Saoirse Ronan, at that exact moment, I was feeling like her, being in a whole other place that I did not know or grew up in. So I really resonated with that film. But honestly, I think the Best Picture for me this year would have been Mad Max Fury Road. I mean, it was so good, and it's so just everything about it. Performances, directing, cinematography were on point, but, the Academy does not really award action or things outside of drama. Every now and then you get a comedy in, so I get why it didn't win, but I think that would have been my pick.
Yeah, and that was a pick for a lot of people, actually. I loved Mad Max Fury Road. I was kind of disappointed, actually, that Charlize Theron wasn't even nominated for her performance as Furiosa. And she wasn't even asked back to do the prequel. Whatever.
But we do love Anna Taylor-Joy.
Love you, ATJ. Female ATJ. We also love male ATJ, too. I don't think we could say that.
Yeah.
This was a really interesting year. This was the year that Leo DiCaprio, I call him Leo DiCaprio because we're like this. What's up, Leo? He finally won Best Actor for The Revenant.
Oh, I was gonna say, I just wanted to check real quick. Out of all of Leo's performances, which do you think he should have won? Should have won earlier for the Academy Award.
I know. I really wish he could have won for Wolf of Wall Street. I think that was a phenomenal performance, and just like he drove the film, but he drove the film in The Revenant, and
He did. He got into a carcass.
Yeah.
A dead animal, so.
He did. He got into a carcass of a dead animal.
But for me, it will always be he should have got it for supporting for What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
That
Such
was
a good
his
movie.
first acting nomination.
Yeah.
Very first one for supporting actor.
But yeah.
I will say that this is the year that the big travesty in my mind for this year was that Jacob Tremblay was not nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Room. This is the year that Brie Larson won for that movie. But Jacob Tremblay in that movie, I mean, amazing. Absolutely amazing for being a child actor, for the emotional depth and range that he was able to do. When I came out of that movie, he was the one that I remembered. He was the performance that I was like, yes, this little kid has got it, and I can't wait to see what he does. The fact that he wasn't nominated, I just think is an absolute just damn shame. And I say, no ma'am, to you, Academy. Other than that, Spotlight, it was a good movie. I see why it won. It was definitely an ensemble movie, which the Academy really loves sometimes. I think this is one of those times where the Academy should have broadened its horizons of what a Best Picture looks like and looked at Mad Max Fury Road as a possible winner. I think that really would have set a good precedent for the years to come.
The other thing I have to mention here about these nominations, they're all such different films, so I do appreciate that. So it's hard to judge them against each other because they're all in different genres, they all focus and do different things so well.
And not so male-focused like the previous year.
If you haven't watched Brooklyn, please go watch that. Also read the book, that's very good. And Saoirse Ronan, I know she's been nominated a lot, but she needs to win. Like, can we get her win, please? Because we gave it to Brie Larson, and she did very well in The Room, but she has not quite done so many things since.
Side note real quick, can we just bring Rogue into the MCU and take away Captain Marvel's powers already, so then that way Captain Marvel can just go away and we can just have Rogue?
Okay, thanks. Bye! Side note, it's not Brie Larson's fault. It's the creatives. They couldn't figure out what they wanted to do with the character, and they tried to fix it in the Marvels, but at this point it's just too late. Come on, Rogue.
Come on, Rogue! Alright.
Oh.
Here we are in 2016 for the 89th Annual Academy Awards. Somebody's getting a little too excited.
Crazy year for Best Picture because of what happened.
I remember watching this and both of us were like, what the is happening right now? As everybody, I'm sure, there and across the world was saying, but if you haven't already figured out quite yet, here are the nominees leading up to the actual winner. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Hey, governor. We have Manchester by the Sea, Lion, La La Land,
La La.
Hidden Figures, Hell or High Water, Hacksaw Ridge, Fences, Arrival, and Moonlights.
Moonlighting.
Yeah, we all know what happened, and if you don't know what happened, then let us tell you.
Well, Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway were announcing the nominees, and when Warren Beatty opened up the envelope, that envelope was incorrect and said Emma Stone for La La Land because she won for Best Actress, and he didn't know what to do, and Faye Dunaway was like, oh, stupid man, and she was like, oh, it's La La Land. Everybody got up onto stage, I think, yeah.
Yeah, the entire cast and crew of La La Land started going up to the stage, and everybody was there, and they started thanking people, and then everybody started looking at the envelope and started realizing that it said Emma Stone La La Land. And then all of a sudden, one of the producers, who I don't remember exactly which one it was, got up and said, Moonlight, you guys won.
It was so crazy and weird. It's never happened, I don't think,
And-
in Oscar history.
No, and this is what's crazy about this. I wanted La La Land to win. I loved Moonlight. I really did. I just honestly didn't think a black queer story was gonna win Best Picture. I don't know. I was just like, no, there's no way. Mahershala Ali won Supporting Actor that year for it, and I'm super gay, so I love musicals. I mean, what's musical gay movie? They're like both two gay movies were up, and so I was kind of in La La Land's camp. Moonlight, you guys won! And then Moonlight ended up winning, which was phenomenal because it was a great movie.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed Moonlight. I loved the story. I loved the writing. I loved the acting. Janelle Monáe was in there. She was great. I loved La La Land because I love musicals. I love Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling and John Legend. And the music was great. But for me, what I think should have won, that I continue to rewatch to this day, that I think is just a fascinating, well done movie all around with directing and acting and story, is Arrival. Dennis V, I'm not going to try to pronounce his last name because I get it wrong every single time, is a fantastic director. I cannot wait for Dune 2, but even his lower films like Sicario was so engaging. He's one of my new favorite directors coming up. I mean, I guess he's not really coming up anymore.
Yeah, because he's been nominated for Best Director.
Coming up into my best director. Because it's always been David Fincher or like Cameron Crowe for a little more light stuff. But Dennis V is just, I cannot wait for Dune 2.
I thought you were, I totally forgot his love of Arrival. It was a good movie. It hit him more than it hit me. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, we can also have different opinions. And
Yeah, but
I
only
can-
one is right.
I can be right and he can be wrong. It's fine. The one thing that I will say about this year that outside of a award ceremony and Best Picture announcement that I still just like laugh and can't believe actually happened to this day, and I wasn't even there. But the one thing about this year that really touched my heart and I thought was beautiful was that Hidden Figures got into the race, and it got nominated for Best Picture. It got some acting nominations as well too.
It won a SAG for ensemble.
Yes, and it won the SAG for Best Ensemble, which... Thank you, SAG members, for voting for that.
Janelle Monáe was also in that. It was the
Yes,
year
she
of
was.
Janelle Monáe.
It was the year of Janelle Monáe.
Oh, at one point I wanted her to play Storm. Look, it's Storm. But I think she's just kind of aged out of it now,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Hidden Figures was, I will say this, I remember very specifically we went to go see that in the theaters. We just wanted to go see it because it was Taraji P. Henson, it was Janelle Monáe, it was Octavia Spencer.
And civil rights. I love civil rights.
Yeah, and a story that not many people have known about, and a story about how Black women were at the epicenter of the space program and made it happen, and if it weren't for them, it wouldn't have happened. I will say, I very distinctly remember when the movie ended, I looked at Jeff and I said, you know what? I really wish this would be nominated for Best Picture, and it probably won't.
But it was.
And it was!
It was a very good year for film and acting.
Yes.
Acting for sure. Like Fences, Viola Davis, Denzel killed it in that.
I mean, that is all acting. Denzel, yes, you directed that, good job, but I mean, Viola. She won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress that year as well, too.
Yes.
And yeah, so really good year. This was also the year Hacksaw Ridge. We must mention that it was the first Oscar nomination for Andrew Garfield. Hi, Andrew. So great year, really fantastic. Really happy Hidden Figures got in. Really happy that Moonlight won, which
Yeah.
we didn't think.
I don't think if anybody could have won in this category, and I would have been or this year, and I would have been happy with.
Yeah.
I don't think there's not one movie listed that would be not deserving of this nomination.
And I will say in advance, I do apologize for us constantly looking off screen at our computer. We're trying to figure out exactly how to do teleprompter things, or heaven forbid we actually write a script and remember anything. But so we're looking to remember what's going on, so.
We're not actors. We just play them on YouTube.
Well, I
Oh,
kind
right.
of am. All right, the year is 2017. This is the 90th Annual Academy Awards, and the nominees here are 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, The Post, Phantom Thread, Lady Bird, Get Out, Dunkirk, Darkest Hour, Call Me By Your Name, and the ultimate winner of Best Picture, The Shape of Water. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and hand this over to Jay because Saoirse Ronan.
Oh yes, I mean I just love she's this generation's Kate Blanchett. But Lady Bird was fantastic. Greta Gerwig, who is nominated for Barbie this year, not for directing but for the movie
For
and
Best Adapted Screenplay.
odd, but that's fine. But this was a very good movie. This is a very good coming of age movie. And Saoirse Ronan, as usual, blew it out of the park. But I really have to give so much good shout out to Laurie Metcalf, who we all know as our favorite Aunt Jackie. But she is just phenomenal. I mean, like, she's phenomenal in all her stage productions. And I'm so glad that we get to see it on film too, so that the general public can see how good of an actress she is.
I will say this, let's go into supporting actress category real quick this year. This was a really tough one because the ultimate winner was Allison Janney for I, Tonya, who was phenomenal as well too. And it's Allison Janney. It's Allison freaking Janney. Come on. Like, she's amazing. She's won like a bazillion Emmys. I actually saw her live on Broadway in 9 to 5 the musical. Thank you very much. But yeah, it was a really tough race, and we obviously were rooting for Laurie so hard because she was phenomenal, and we've both loved her our entire lives, and it would have been absolutely incredible to see Laurie Metcalf not only be an Emmy winner, a Tony winner, but also an Oscar winner as well too.
I just wanted to add to what Laurie did there. Like, she took a very grounded, real life persona and just brought so many levels and nuance and understanding of this character to the screen. But we digress. We're here to talk about Best Picture.
They should have split the Best Supporting Actress in 2.
Shape of Water won, and as I love Guillermo del Toro, I love this movie. I would have loved for, I don't remember who else was nominated, but I would have loved for Pan's Labyrinth to win this award because I think that was his best film. And looking at the nominees, I think I love that Shape of Water won. But I think my other pick would have been Get Out, because it was so different, so different, but using a lot of the techniques that are learned in cinema for directing and writing, lighting, like all of it, like old, like Hitchcockish.
When he was falling back in the chair.
Yeah, and so it was lovely to see. But then I guess The Shape of Water is a fish, sort of on and off with the fish, so that's different.
Free the mahi mahi! Free the mahi mahi! I will say this was a year of it could have gone any way.
Yeah.
Shape of Water definitely deserved it. I'm not taking that away. It was original. It was unique. It was beautiful.
Oh, and Doug Jones was in it, who does not get enough credit for his character work.
He should have been nominated for an Oscar, truly. Because there's so much emotion that comes out of that character that never speaks a single word, that is all body language. And guess what? You don't have to be a good actor just because you know how to say things.
Yeah.
Call Me By Your Name was an incredible film.
Yeah.
Get Out, an amazing film. The thing that I love about Get Out, and I'll kind of get into this later with our review of the current Best Picture nominees, but it was a very unique idea that nobody had done before, but also was great screenplay. That is why Jordan Peele won Best Original Screenplay. But the directing and the acting, and it was cohesive, and it made sense, and it flowed, and it was beautiful. And again, when he's falling back in the chair with the whole teacup thing, Catherine Keener, who I'm not normally a huge fan of, sorry, personal opinion, good job on being an Academy Award nominee and having a successful career. I really loved her in this film. Phenomenal performances. Get Out was great. Lady Bird, of course, that would have been beautiful to win. The others
Are very typical Oscar noms, you know.
Yeah.
The Pose, Dunkirk, Darkest Hour. Yeah.
Oh, this was the year that Sam Rockwell won for 3 Billboards. Oh, I love you, Sam Rockwell. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump to the 91st Annual Academy Awards in 2018. And the nominees are Vice, A Star is Born, Roma, The Favorite, Bohemian Rhapsody, Black Klansman, Black Panther, and the eventual winner, Green Book.
Did you say Vice, The Star is Born, and Roma?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't think Green Book should have won. No. Sorry.
What do you think should have?
I'm going to be honest. I think A Star is Born should have won. I think that was a phenomenal movie. Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper, just the performances, Bradley's directing, the music. I just really was blown away by that movie. The other thing that I will say about this year for the acting categories real quick is that one, Rami Malek should not have won because he was only good in the last half of the film while he was doing the Live Aid concert. You can't really give somebody a half an Academy Award, so
Otherwise, we would have given it to Annalisa Janney and Laurie Metcalf.
Hey, call back to last year. So that year, Rami Malek was Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, and the following year, we got a much better, by like 1,000-fold, Taron Egerton, who played Elton John, who wasn't even nominated for an Academy Award.
That was slightly a travesty.
He should have won. Anyway, I'll calm down. This was also the year that Olivia Colman won Best Actress for The Favorite. That was a very close race with Glenn Close in The Wife, and that is very difficult. Glenn Close, that was a magical performance. Olivia Colman, I love you. I don't know. All I know, Green Book, no.
For me, this is a very forgettable year. All of these movies are good. Do any really stand out as like, whoa, that blew me away? No. Everyone's probably expecting me to say Black Panther, but no. I mean, I love Black Panther, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's a Best Picture nom. None of these really stand out for me, so I'm just gonna pass it on to the next year.
All right, so now we're in 2019 at the 92nd Annual Academy Awards. And the nominees are Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 1917, Marriage Story, Little Women, Joker, Jojo Rabbit, The Irishman, Ford versus Ferrari, and Parasite. The ultimate winner who just should have won. Anyway, period. That's the end.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. Parasite is probably one of my favorite best winners of the Academy, one of my favorite movies. Bong Joon-ho, what he was able to do with this, particularly at this time when there's a lot of social injustice between working class and the rich, it was so fascinating. It was fascinating, it was incredibly acted, it was incredibly directed, the script was amazing. All of these movies this year compared to the previous year, are worth the nomination. The closest second for me would be 1917. That movie and film, the way it was done was just breathtaking. Not breathtaking, but like, I can't even think of the word. I was just really, I loved it. And then, of course, Saoirse Ronan and Little Women with Greta Gerwig was great. The Joker, of course, also great. To be fair, I've not watched The Irishman. It just seemed like a 3-hour movie about white men.
I thought, did we not watch it?
No, we never watched it.
Oh well. Yeah, this was an amazing year. Absolutely agree. Again, I also too would have loved to see 1917 win. I feel really bad for Sam Mendes this year because the directing that he did in that movie was absolutely phenomenal, and I think
he should have released it in 2018 when there was no worthy movies.
Absolutely phenomenal movie. Yeah, some very strong movies this year, but Parasite for sure, by far, like. When it kept winning during the Academy Awards, every time I remember us being like, yeah!
And it's so hard to get him to watch a foreign film with subtitles because he gets distracted.
I'm cutting that out.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people to think that.
But it's true. Tonight on 2020.
That's right. The year is 2020. It is the 93rd Annual Academy Awards. This year, the nominees for Best Picture are The Trial of Chicago 7, Sound of Metal, Promising Young Woman, Minari, Mank, Judas and the Black Messiah, The Father, and the eventual winner, Nomadland.
This was a hard year. COVID happened. Not a lot of these films are exciting aside from Promising Young Woman, I think. Felt, go on, you take it.
Yeah, this is not a...
This was the year of independent film.
Yeah.
And I loved Minari. I loved Promising Young Woman. No Man Land was good. I get why it won did it win direct? It won directing. I get why it won directing. I don't know. I kind of feel like Promising Young Woman should have won for film.
Yeah, this was a weird year. This was definitely a weird year.
Really could have gone to any of them.
It could have gone to any of... The thing that I remember the most about this year is that one, Frances McDormand ultimately ended up winning 2 more Oscars that night. She got Best Actress, and she was also a producer on Nomadland. And the other one was that the unfortunately late, great, amazing Chadwick Boseman was nominated, and Anthony Hopkins ended up winning for The Father. And that was a little sad because it would have been amazing for Chadwick's legacy.
And his performance was great.
It was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. I really do feel, and this is going to be kind of like a weird sidebar, I feel like Black Panther 2 really, truly cemented his legacy with their opening scene. Yeah, I'd have to agree. I don't really agree with Nomadland as a Best Picture winner. I probably myself would have gone with Promising Young Woman because it really was just unique and a different voice. But Emerald Fennell did win for Best Original Screenplay, so good for you.
And she gave us Saltburn with Barry Keoghan.
Hello!
Thank you!
Alright, so let's go ahead and go to 2021. The 94th Annual Academy Awards, and the nominees are West Side Story, The Power of Dog, Nightmare Alley, Licorice Pizza, King Richard, Dune, Drive My Car, Don't Look Up, Belfast, and the eventual winner, Coda.
This is the year of the slap, isn't it? Okay. We're gonna not talk about the slap. It really kind of put a damper on the night and confusion. I will say, from the previous year, we step up a little bit of our nominees. We have a little more choices here. To be fair, I've not seen Coda, so I can't really comment on it. But of everything else that I saw, I'm gonna have to go with Dune again with Tennessee because Dune was incredible. I mean, Rebecca Ferguson, I did not really see her until that movie.
Please hang up and try again.
It was just grand. The shots were there. I really think Dune should have won. And Nightmare Alley's there, which has my favorite Kate Blanchett. But yeah, overall, I just think the gravitas behind Dune should have pushed it there. But maybe Coda's super subtle, and I haven't seen that part yet.
I agree with Coda just because it was produced by Apple, and I will always have a very big soft spot and support Apple on everything. And this isn't a sponsorship or anything like that. I just used to work there, so I loved it. I'm totally good with Coda winning. There were some amazing performances. Got the Best Supporting Actor award as well too, which is amazing. But for me personally, West Side Story. I know. There was a lot that could have gone wrong for this. There was a lot that could have been very not right with West Side Story, even with Steven Spielberg behind the camera. It was beautiful, and he actually did something that I did not think he was going to be able to do, and he actually topped, in my opinion, the original movie. He topped the original movie. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. It was West Side Story. It took you exactly into that world and where you needed to be.
I mean, it was a masterclass in directing for
Yeah.
sure. But it's, one of those tales that's been told.
Again, I'm right, he's wrong. It's fine. All right, this goes back. Actually, this doesn't go back. This goes forward to our most recent Oscar celebration. That was last year. So the 95th Academy Awards. And the nominees were Women Talking, Triangle of Sadness, Top Gun Maverick, Tar, The Fabelmans, Elvis, The Banshees of Inisherin, Avatar: The Way of the Water, All Quiet on the Western Front, and the actual winner, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
This is a year I 100% agree with the winner. Yeah, and there's nobody else that I would have given it to. That movie was so good. It was, as an Asian, I loved it. As a kind of sci-fi fantasy fan, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was the year of multiverses, but this one stood out.
It was the year of the multiverse, and this is the one that actually got it right. Sorry, Marvel.
Yeah, I can't really think. I mean, Avatar: The Way of the Water, I don't even know why that's in there. That was not that great. I mean, it's fine. I did not like Elvis. I didn't really enjoy Top Gun Maverick. That was a surprise. Triangle of Sadness, I thought the menu did it better. The same kind of topic. Oddly enough.
Oh,
well, I mean,
interesting.
ultimately, Parasite did it better, but
Yeah. The menu was so good.
yeah.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once deserved to be nominated, deserved to win everything. Michelle Yeoh winning for Best Actress.
Finally.
Come on! That was amazing! Ki Hu Kwan winning for Best Supporting Actor.
He's gonna cry because Goonies is his favorite movie, and who does not remember Data?
Damn it. The Goonies is my #1 favorite movie of all time, and to actually see one of the Goonies win an Academy Award. Oh my god, if you know me, you know how stupid I am and that this is 100% real. It was amazing. He was amazing. It's been amazing to see him come back.
Yeah.
I loved Data just as I loved all the Goonies, and it was very special to me.
For me, it was also very special growing up as an Asian child. Data was the Asian kid, so he was Indiana Jones, the Goonies. So it was like
Encino Man.
Yes, that's a great film.
Oh, also starring
Sean Astin.
Sean Astin and the ultimate winner of Best Actor for The Whale, Brendan Fraser.
What was the year of Encino Man? What was Pauly Shore doing?
So amazing winners overall. I think one thing that we need to address is the biggest controversy of last year's awards, and that was in the Best Supporting Actress category. Jamie Lee Curtis won for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, which was absolutely amazing.
No, I'm sorry. Angela Bassett, hands down, in Wakanda Forever, should have won that award, and Jamie Lee Curtis should have gotten her career award this year. Because comparing the two performances, no, that was just Jamie Lee Curtis in makeup. Angela Bassett gives that power, the sadness behind that powerful. It's just everything to me.
I will say Angela Bassett, well, I mean, this is... Everything Everywhere All at Once was not a comic book movie, so we can't really push it into that realm even though it's science fiction, so let's make sure that we understand that.
Well, there's no way they're going to give it to a comic book movie. Hollywood right now does not want comic book movies to succeed, but it's what's driving your revenue right now, so you should really get behind it.
I think this is Not one of the times, because there's been amazing performance in comic book movies that we should probably do a video on at some point. But I will say that Angela Bassett in Black Panther Wakanda Forever, that is a masterclass in acting. That is how you bring so much emotion, bring a different character, even not even adding on just a different accent to it, but the emotions that she's going through, then also having to be powerful in like...
Just thinking about it, when she says, I lost my entire family.
Yes! And then she's having to do action on top. Like, she literally has to do everything. Yeah, she should have won. However...
There's no howevers.
There is a however. And her name is Stephanie Hsu.
Oh, God, there is a however. Stephanie Hsu? Girl.
Okay. Y'all come close. Get in with us. Stephanie Hsu was amazing in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and she would have been one of the best winners of an Academy Award ever.
Stand out. I said,
Ever.
Who is Stephanie Hsu when I watched it? Then I realized I knew her already. She was in Shang-Chi as their friend who was all buttoned up and a lawyer.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's how good she is. She just discreetly joined Shang-Chi and nobody knew she was there.
Phenomenal. She's phenomenal.
I can't wait to see what she's going to do next. I hope she
I know.
gets a lot of work because she's really... Was she in Joyride? That was her.
Yeah.
She was great in
She
that
played
too. That's
the
hilarious.
actress.
Yes!
Yeah.
Watch Joyride. Entertaining film.
I just love her so much. So, for all of you big wig Hollywood people out there who are not watching this video on YouTube right now, hire Stephanie Hsu.
Yes.
In everything.
Cast her.
Period. Got the end.
It doesn't stop hiring people just for Asian roles. Any role could be an Asian.
Yeah.
It's about the character and their personality. Thank you. We're not just hookers and doctors.
Hookers or doctors. That's it.
Oh, Karate Kids, too.
And
I
mathematicians.
do love Kung Fu movies. No, that's Black Women. Remember Hidden Figures? We closed it out talking about the last 10 years of Oscar nominees. We're excited for the Oscars this year. We have some favorites that we've watched so far that might not necessarily agree with the Academy, so...
It's been actually a really good year for film. Amazing performances, amazing movies, amazing stories. The one thing that I will say right now that is the travesty, there's been two travesties. The two travesties of this year's Academy Awards is one, Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig not getting nominations. I don't care what anybody else says. I still think that they should have got the nominations, but we will go into that, into our deep dive of nominations this year. The second one is All of Us Strangers not getting a single nomination. If you have not seen All of Us Strangers with Andrew Scott and Paul Mescal, also starring Jamie Bell and Claire Foy, go out and see it. It is streaming now on Hulu. Just amazing. But we'll talk about that later. I may do a breakdown of myself of that movie because I loved it so much. But anyway, stay tuned. Next week, we're going to have our breakdown of all of this year's nominees. We're going to pick our personal winners.
Yes.
And then we're also going to let you know who's actually going to win because it's pretty much written in stone at this point.
We have our best picture winners, but we also might say what our favorite film of the year is if it doesn't concur with the nominees.
Madam Web. Hold on, Madam Web was released in 2024, so it's gonna sweep the Oscars in 2025.
So what's the worst film of 2023? What is that? Something on Netflix?
Probably. All right, well, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of our content, please like and subscribe. Don't forget to comment below on your favorite Best Picture winners or your opinions of the Oscars in the past 10 years. And also make sure to hit the alert button so you stay updated when we drop new content. So we will see y'all next week.
Bye, everybody!
Bye! What do I say when I say goodbye?
You don't. You just keep talking.
That's true.
I say goodbye. I'm like, we gotta go.
I don't. I'm like, this conversation needs to end. So how was your day?
Bring in the mean one.
This is why we balance out.
Bye. Bye.